Hi besties, welcome to my YouTube channel, Dajah Nicole. So in today's video, even though it's already July, like today is the last day of 21 and it's July 5th, but this video is gonna be out on Sunday. But like I said, even though this video is kind of a couple of days late, I will be doing a what I read in the month of June and a July TBR. And my July TBR is actually going to be shorter than usual because I didn't finish two books that I wanted to read last month, which are on my Kindle, and I'm gonna read it this month. Like, that is the goal, to read those two books this month. And yeah, but before I start this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification so every time I post a video you will be notified, besties. And let's get to 1,000 subscribers. But now let's just get into what I read in the month of June. Okay, now let's go. Okay besties, so these are the books that, if you watch my last video, like bookish type video, these three books were on my physical TBR. And I'm gonna tell you the two books that are on my Kindle and why I just haven't been reading a lot lately, and why this month I want to read more and finish a series this month and finish those two books on my Kindle, and even start another book. I don't know yet, but let's just get into what I read in the month of June. So let me just get my Goodreads profile out. And the first book I will be talking about is on the top. So one of the books, actually no, how about this? So the first book that I read in June, and to be honest, okay, so all of these books that I read in the month of June are all like good ratings, and I'm gonna tell you why. But the first book that I read in the month of June is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, and I rate this book a 5 stars on Goodreads. So I really love this book. It's not really like a big book, like as you can see, but I really love this book. I think once I had time from starting like my 2 other summer classes and finishing my other 2 summer classes, I just read. So like June I took like 2 summer classes, and then this month I'm taking 2 more summer classes, but I started them like last June, like the last day, couple of days of June. And I read this in the beginning of June and I could not put it down. Okay, like I said, I rate this book a 5 star. I might have to reread this book to just highlight my favorite like parts in the book, but I don't want to be that type of person who would like write in the book or mark the book. Like I don't know, should I really highlight my favorite quotes? Like on my Kindle I'll do that because it's like digitally, you know, but like my books are like my prized possessions, you know, and I want to kind of like, you know, keep them, not kind of, but keep them, especially hardcovers, in a good condition. But I really love the book. I love the plot. I love the character structure of each characters in this book. I think there was one chapter I went back a few, and I think, hold up, it's chapter 6 was one of my favorite chapters, and because it's like in different parts, so just like letting y'all know. Chapter 15. But I really love this book, and will I reread this book? The answer is yes, I will. But chapter 6 and chapter 15 was my favorite chapters out of this book, and I know she has a second book. So I do want to get the second book, and hopefully whenever I get the second book in this series, it's good like the first one, because sometimes books in series, no matter if it's 2 books, 3 books, 4 books, like you have heard me say this, like the first book is like always the good book, you know, it's the best, you know, it's giving you like the starter on how the book should be and how this series should be, you know. But sometimes the second book, or if it's like more than 2 books in a series, the 3rd book, the 4th book, it might give you a little different aspect view and a different opinion on it. But I know there is a second book in this series, so I am planning to get it. And I really love this book, and like I said, I rated this book a 5 stars on Goodreads. Now, the second book that I read in the month of June is The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. So this is like a summertime read. I wanted to actually read this book in this month than last month, but I read it in June than July, because I told myself I would actually read this book in July, but I actually read it in June. But I really love this book. It's funny, I think there was a couple of pages where I, you know, laughed at, and I don't know why, but a lot of books that I have where there's like a page, because even the Good Girl Guide to Murder series, it has pages like this, and even some of the books I have read on my Kindle have pages like this, but there'll be like a page and it's like text message, so it's like one bubble here, another bubble there, and this book has that, and I just really like that about books that have that. I don't know why, but it's like, oh, I can really connect with this book. I can actually see myself in this book, because like I text people every single day. I text my friend, you know, I text my acquaintances, my friends, you know, on a daily basis. So it's like something that, like, you know, it just, I feel like it's a good thing when authors do that, because I feel like, you know, the text message is still part of like a conversation in the story, but it's not in quotation marks like a lot of other novels are, and they have like, if it's dialogue between 2 characters, it's quotations, and it would say, well, this character said in quotes A, you know, B, C, all this. But here it shows you like you looking like at a phone, it's a page, but it's like you looking at a phone and it's like text message. I don't know, it's just me, the small details that matter in books like this. But I rate this book a 5 star, so yeah, this is a good book and I recommend this book. So yeah, and I think it's also like a popular read at this moment, so if you haven't read this book, read this book now. I know one of my favorite booktubers also is reading or read the book, because I saw one of her videos and I was reading the book around this time, that video, so she probably actually finished the book before me, but she even said it was like a good book so far and when she was like reading it, and I like love her. So I will put her channel like here, because I really love her. She's one of my favorite booktubers, lifestyle YouTubers, so yeah. But this, I gave this book a 5 star rating. It's like 8:38 p.m. and I've been editing all day. I've been all over the place, and I don't know, I think it's just because I feel like every year around my birthday, because if you don't know, my birthday is tomorrow, July 6th. If you read my like descriptions, it says that. But every year, like on my birthdays, like around my birthday, I have a full, like, just full of energy, and I do have a full of energy to do things, but I feel like, I don't know, like, it's just, it is, like, I'm happy that I'm turning 22, and all of that, but, yeah, it's just, it is what it is, and there's a lot of goals that I want to achieve at the age of 22, and hopefully I can take y'all along with me. But let's just get into the last book that I read in June before we get into this month, July, TBR. So besties, so this is the last book that I read. I actually finished this book yesterday or Wednesday, but this is why this video is like being recorded still in the first week of July, is because it's this book right here. And you have to know I'm taking summer classes, so trying to read my TBR on time to do videos like this and trying to get all my homework in time, like it's hard, but I do it. So just know that. And then soon there's going to be days that I probably won't even do this type of videos once I finish college and start working. So just keep that in mind, but that doesn't mean I will not, like I will stop doing YouTube videos, but just keep that in mind. But this is the last book that I read in the month of June, beginning of July, but it's still in my June TBR according to the last video. And this is called A Faith Inked in Blood, Saga of the Unfaith, Book 1. So this is the series name, Saga of the Unfaith. And this is by Danielle L. Jensen. So I actually love this book. It's like a romance book. It's a romance book. I wouldn't say it is like it is, but it is a romance book. But it's not your typical romance book, and that's why like I like it. It's like I kind of got a new book, not kind of, but I got a new book last month from Book of the Month. I just did not like how I did the content. I probably won't read that until like August. But books, if you know how a lot of popular romance books, and sorry about like the fireworks in the background, but if you know what a lot of popular like romance books is, usually like the cartoon drawing and all of that, and it's like sappy type romance. This is a romance book, but it's not a sappy type romance book. I can actually give you the type of book. So it's a fantasy romance book. So like, yeah, so if you like romance and you like fantasy, this is both, and you will like this book. This is, I feel like this is a long read because it is a slow read as well, and I think that's why it took me long to read, not just because I had homework to do, but because I felt like this was like a slow read at first. But I still gave it a 5 stars because I really loved how it ended, and I just really love that sometimes books with slow reads and slow like beginnings, it really does get good after the first 2 chapters. Plus it has like a prologue in it, so you can kind of get a glimpse of how the book is going to start. And I don't know, something about prologues in books I really like, and epilogues in books I really like, because it gives you, like, the prologues gives you a glimpse on how the book is going to begin, and then epilogues, if the book is like a series, it gives you an ending on the characters in this book, and then it kind of introduces you, like in some books I have read, a lot of times epilogues gives me like an ideal look on what these new characters are in the next book in this series, and that's why I really love prologues and epilogues. So yeah, but that is my June TBR. So yeah, so before I get into my July TBR, I'm going to tell you the books that I'm continuing reading on my handy dandy mint green Kindle. And why I haven't been reading a lot on my Kindle, like taking it everywhere, I just be forgetting. And I just been also dealing with a lot in the month of June. So yeah. And this month I'm planning to like stay up, read, and I was supposed to do like a 24-hour readathon in June, but I put that on pause and moved it to this month. So I'm gonna tell you this month, in the month of July, I will definitely, if you can see, I have like a teddy bear on my shirt. I got it from Ross, and yeah, but I will definitely, and I'm gonna tell you these books now, definitely finish reading Bridesmaids for Hire, which I actually started reading like yesterday, which is a shame to like even say that out loud, and Things We Left Behind. So again, Bridesmaid for Hire by Megan Quinn, and Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. So those are the books that's on my Kindle that I never even touched or read, or even like read like one page and got sick of it, just because my mind has so much going on and your girl was busy with school. And I'm like busy today, like besties, like I don't know if I mentioned this, but after this I'm recording a podcast, right? Then I'm recording the TikTok and Instagram version for my books that I read for in June, and then I gotta record again for this month TBR to post next week. I also gotta stay up editing the podcast episode, this video, a TikTok, and all the other TikTok / reels that I'm recording today, and then put everything in my draft with the caption so I can just press post and it's posted. Like, being a content creator, it's like, it's stressful. One day I'll get paid for this, and it's like, it's all worth it. Like, a lot of people can't even do this. And if y'all don't know, I low-key did not want to record today. I did not want to record. I did not want to make a video at all, but I did because I was like, why not? I need to stop procrastinating. But it's my birthday. Not, well, technically my birthday's tomorrow, Saturday, July 5th. July 6th. Today is July 5th. So July 6th, Saturday. You know what's so weird? I was actually born on a Saturday 22 years ago. So I was born on a Saturday 22 years ago at 5:13 a.m. So yeah, on base. So that is like the weirdest thing ever. Like, sometimes, you know, I don't know, but I just been so busy. I literally have coffee brewed at this moment that I'm gonna drink after my podcast and after I record these TikToks, because I'm going to stay up a couple of minutes after midnight to just do homework and edit. And it's like crazy to say that out loud, but sometimes you gotta do what you got to do. But let's just get into my July TBR. So, like I said, this video is gonna be kind of short, so stay like, yeah. But because I do have 2 books on my Kindles that I want to read, and I want to finish a series, July TBR consists of 2 books, well, 4 books, 2 on my Kindle. So I can tell y'all what those books are again, which are Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score and Bridesmaid for Hire by Megan Quinn. So those are the 2 books that I'm going to continue and finish by the end of this month. And then if you know the other 2, I have been doing this since what, January or February, I don't even know, these type of videos. But if you know, I have been reading this series called the Brutal Birthright series, and these are the last books of the series. So this is actually the last book, but this is the second to last book. So this is called Broken Vows, and it has like cowboy boots. And you know what's so funny? I don't like cowboy boots. Like, I will never be dared to wear cowboy boots. But I went to the store that I got to also edit the haul for TikTok and Insta. But I went to the store in Windsor, in my mall, and I saw some cowgirl boots, and I told myself, I'm gonna buy those. When I have enough money, I'm gonna buy those, because they were like the cutest things ever. And I told myself I would never be caught wearing cowgirl boots, just because I don't know what I like, where I would wear them to, what I would wear them to. It was just something that, like, what would I wear these shoes to? And this cover is like giving me like, oh yeah, I probably want to. So this is about Rihanna, so R-I-O-N-A Griffin, and how she hates this guy named Rylan Boone. He is her bodyguard, by the way, a rancher, a soldier, and a southern boy with plenty of charm to burn. And she thinks that she doesn't need anybody because she is a independent woman. So I think I'm going to like this book on what I'm reading on the back, because you know, it's giving me some vibes or like a show I watch, or I don't even know, but just reading it in the back, it's giving me like I'm going to have hype. Like, I already have high hopes. I really like this series. I had high hopes on the second book, but I don't like it. So you can like, yeah. But I really like the other books in this series, so I do have high hopes for this book, because like I said, the second book wasn't good, but the rest of the books were good in this series. And just according to what I've like read, I don't know if you can see, but read on the back, I think I'm going to like this book. Now, the second and last book I'll be reading in this month on my physical TBR is called Heaven Crown. So this is the last book of this series. So this is like what the cover looks like. So it says Sebastian. Actually, that's one of my characters in one of my books' name. I'm creating like, so I'm writing so many books, and I have decided to like write an army, like a soldier love story. If you see in Purple Heart, that's like one of my muse like ideas on why I want to do that. And then I do have a muse on my guy character. He got a name who's actually named Army. But like, no, I'm writing like, I have this one book I'm writing, and I'm replanning it actually. And the character, the guy character is like named Sebastian, so that's like gonna be like, oh, you know. But it says Sebastian Gallo couldn't believe, and when he saw her being stuffed into a trunk. So Yelena, I don't even know how to pronounce that. It's like Y-E and then Lena, so it's like Yelena. That's a weird name, but okay. The only daughter of the most virtuous. So she's just like one of the only daughters of this boss in Chicago, of this gang, and they hate Sebastian family basically, and he just left her to her fate, and she fought. But they are meant to be together. That's what it says. He's like, he knows they're meant to be together, and he would push her way to her limits to prove it. And that right there reminds me of me and someone else. Someone's like, like that. Okay, before I close on this video, my whole life is a story. My friend told me this. So like my whole life is like a story, and this is why, like, you know, I don't know if you know, but like books like this, I can, like, I don't know, I like reading those type of books, like enemies to lovers, and I'm like, all my books that I'm writing are mostly enemies to lovers books. So, and I just really like that because I don't know, I like them in movies, you know, in shows. It's something to really get something stirred up than them already being, excuse me, couples. Or like I read some friends to lovers books, but I feel like enemies to lovers are better than friends to lovers. But before I close down today's video, which one are you, friends to lovers or enemies to lovers? Which type of book trope would you read the most? I am enemies to lovers, and that's just me. But besties, I really do hope that you like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really do hope that any of the books that I read or going to read give you an idea what you want to read on your next reading schedule. I don't even know, or just to add it to your Goodreads on want to be read, or want to read and not want to be read but want to read. But I really do hope that you like today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and remember that to always go after your goals no matter what. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye besties.